It was 1894 in the small town of Battle Creek, Michigan. There stood the Battle Creek Sanitarium, run by Dr. John Harvey Kellogg, a strict vegetarian who believed in life without sugar, meat, or most earthly pleasures. His younger brother, Will Keith Kellogg, was more practical, let's say a little more interested in money and business. The patients at the sanitarium were wealthy, seeking purification of mind and body. But when breakfast came, things got awkward. The morning menu was basically bird food: boiled grains, dried fruit, and a little warm water. If you were looking for excitement, you'd have to ask the doctor to sprinkle some extra pepper on the dried apricots. One day, the Kellogg brothers were cooking wheat for yet another healthy experiment. They got distracted and left it sitting too long. When they came back, the wheat had dried out and crumbled. Instead of throwing it away, they ran it through rollers and found that it turned into thin flakes. When they toasted those flakes, they were light, crispy, and surprisingly tasty. This was the moment that would shape the future of breakfast, though no one knew it yet. Later, they tried the same process with corn. The result? Even better, crispier, tastier, and more appealing. Will Keith said,
"This could change the world."
John Harvey said,
"Only if you don't add sugar."
And that was the first real crack in their partnership. Will Keith eventually had enough of his brother's restrictions. He wanted to bring cornflakes to the public, but John Harvey insisted it should stay in the sanitarium and stay sugar-free. So Will left, started his own factory, and launched Kellogg's cornflakes into the market, with sugar, colorful boxes, and a big smile for customers. Here's where the story starts to feel like a crime movie. One of the sanitarium's former patients, Charles William Post, had seen the process of making cornflakes during his stay. After leaving, he started his own business and released a similar product, Post Toasties, without permission, without paying for the formula, and with just enough changes to avoid a lawsuit. Post used heavy advertising and modern sales tactics to grab a huge share of the market. This sparked a rivalry that would fuel the breakfast cereal wars for years to come. Despite the drama, cornflakes quickly became America's favorite breakfast. Radio, magazines, and later television were filled with bright ads and catchy slogans that tempted both kids and parents. Eventually, cornflakes made their way to Europe and Asia. Each country added its own twist: honey, cinnamon, chocolate, dried fruit, and sometimes flavors so strange you'd wonder if the marketing team had lost a bet. Cornflakes are more than just cereal and milk. They're a story of a kitchen accident, a brotherly feud, a dramatic business split, and a stolen formula. And every time you hear that morning crunch, you're tasting a century-old scandal, served cold with just a little sugar on top.
If you're curious to know where the first ones came from, subscribe to our channel.